the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And here are the goods. Back after a week hiatus.
So basically 2 weeks.
2 week hiatus. We were doing so. We was jamming.
Hey, don't.
We was jamming.
I blame me. I live at the studio.
That's very true. In the boom boom room.
Boom boom room.
But we were on the other side of town. It was raining bad. Wife sick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right.
All right, well, let's get to it.
I just sat here and cried by myself. It's fine.
So, happy tissues or sad tissues?
Sad tissues.
Oh, you poor thing.
I mean, later on.
All right.
That's another story.
Box office. No sad tissues for Warner Brothers. The Nun, number one.
Surprising.
With 53 million, over 100 plus worldwide. First weekend.
I mean, it's living on the back of The Conjuring. The Conjuring and Annabelle and everything that came out before it, basically the Conjuring universe is basically selling anything that comes out within its frame. So it was expected that it was going to do well. I didn't know it was going to come out and do as well as it did and be number one. But I mean, hey, kudos for them. And James Wan.
So, Warner Brothers, just real quick, Warner Brothers has been on a really unbelievable streak. All right, so it's been kind of like, trying to figure things out as far as the DCEU, right?
Right. So
well, it looks like it's found its answer with the Conjuring universe.
So they're gonna cross over with the DC.
No,
come on.
But I'm saying
Superman versus Annabelle versus
their cinematic universe of the Conjuring is at least giving them some comfort there.
So they make some money.
Exactly.
Money with DC. We gotta make some money somewhere. Thank you very much, James Wan.
But it's been doing pretty well as far as the last 5 weeks. It's had the number one movie in the last 5 weeks between The Meg, Crazy Rich Asians, and now The Nun. So Warner Brothers has been number one in the last 5 weeks.
That's why he's doing Aquaman. That's why he's doing Aquaman, because they're gonna cross it over to the Conjuring universe.
That makes sense. Look, man, we need Aquaman versus The Nun.
There you go.
All right.
There's gonna be some demon that lives underwater that only Aquaman can fight, and somehow that's gonna tie back to the Valak and the Crooked Man and Annabelle and the Warrens. They're all gonna tie together.
So number two, Peppermint. Jennifer Garner. I saw part of this movie, and it's actually pretty freaking good.
I mean, it's not like she's a bad actress, and it's not like the premise of the film is like a revenge film. Those films are pretty always entertaining, right? So how many Takens did we watch?
You have your Death Wishes.
Yeah.
I Spit on Your Graves. Yeah. The Brave One. You have all these vigilante where the women go off, and she didn't disappoint.
Yeah.
Now, we just did a top 5 not too long ago as far as the female assassins because of Peppermint, but pretty soon she's going to be in that top 5. Okay. That movie I really, really liked that movie. She did such a great job on that movie. Yeah. All right, number 3.
Ben Affleck in it.
The last
get revenge on Ben Affleck.
Sure, she needs to get revenge on that fool. Anyway, the champ for the last 3 weeks was Crazy Rich Asians. Right. Drops to 3. Still respectable. Still respectable dip. I think it's like 34%, something like that.
For this movie, and it's top 5. Come on,
13 million on that one. 13.1. Peppermint was 13.4. This was 13.1
for $2.50.
This was going back and forth, like between Peppermint and Crazy Rich Asians, going number 2, and Peppermint slightly beat it out. So
got made for $2.50. This movie's doing nothing but making profit now.
Number 4, The Meg.
Your favorite movie, your favorite shark movie, The Meg.
I liked it. I don't care. It's still a good movie. Check it out if you have not seen it. And number 5, Searching with John Cho. Searching for Kumar.
I am going to see this movie today. Because I heard nothing but good things.
I heard a lot of good things about it too.
Kumar, Searching for White Castle. Whatever you want to call this movie, it should have been a sequel. They call it,
Searching for MPH. What would MPH do?
The premise of this movie is really great, and it was great to see him back in a leading role for a movie because I thought his career was done.
How do you figure that? He's in Star Trek.
As a bit player.
He's freaking Sulu. How do you?
He's a bit player, dude. He's still He's a bit player in the film, and I was like, in a leading role. I was happy to see him back in a leading role.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
So I'm really excited about seeing this film, even though it's all like point of view and like found footage type stuff, and I was like, I thought we were past all that stuff. But the premise of the movie is really interesting, and I can't wait to go see it.
Yeah, nothing but good things I've been listening to, hearing. So that rounds out the top 5. Next week,
go ahead.
The Predator comes out after all of the reshoots that Fox has done with this movie.
And we know what happens when you see a movie that has a bunch of reshoots. It'll be gonna blow. It's gonna be so bad. Suicide Squad.
All over again. What was the other one? There was another one.
Justice League.
There you go, Justice League. How did I forget that?
The only good one I remember with a crap load of reshoots was World War Z. And people who actually read the books hate the movie because it wasn't like the books because of all the reshoots.
Very true. Yeah, that did have a lot of reshoots.
It had a lot of reshoots.
That's right, it did. I forgot all about that.
Made so much money, it barely made money.
So the Predator does come out now. Even though it went through the reshoots, it's been a troubled film for a while now. The test screenings didn't go well. Supposedly these reshoots have helped it.
They focus more on the actual mercenaries, because that's the important part of Predator. I don't care about all this other grandpa, grandson stuff. I want the mercenaries to go after the Predator. Oh, they said, I found a helmet.
And then you have the Olivia Munn controversy.
Oh, that's good enough.
The controversy.
Oh.
Well, her too, but the controversy with her and Shane Black, the director, because he hired his friend that was a convicted child molester or sex offender. I'm sorry, sex offender.
Wow,
so there was controversy with that. I want to see how that affects all of this. Right now, she's doing the press rounds, and she's basically
it's going to be Jeepers Creepers 3.
She's basically been by herself because everybody's doing something, but she kind of feels isolated, and only by contract she has to do these press rounds.
She didn't want to. She could do with other cast members, just avoid Shane Black.
Yeah, I don't know, but either way. I'm curious to see how that controversy affects it.
I hadn't even heard about it, so I don't think it's going to. The movie's about to release.
How do you think it's gonna do against The Nun second week?
I think there's a big fan following for Predator. It might knock it out. If not, it's gonna be number 2.
I think you're right. I think it will knock it out. Actually, I think it'll be number 1.
There's a lot of people waiting for a Predator reboot. We go see all of them. There were like 5 movies deep, and 2 of them were good.
Canelo fight's coming out. Canelo fight will be on Saturday, so we'll see how that fight matches.
Maybe in this market it'll affect it, but I don't think like northern markets
nationwide.
I don't think it'll affect that much.
Another one that's coming out is A Simple Favor with Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively.
Blake Lively will get my money every time.
So it's Paul Feig who directed the Ghostbusters reboot, but he had Bridesmaid. He's done some good stuff.
But he also did Ghostbusters.
But then he did Ghostbusters. But anyway, so this is kind of like a dark comedy. So I'm curious to see how he works with dark comedy.
The way I look at him,
wouldn't Ghostbusters be a dark comedy too?
It is a dark comedy. The way I look at him is the same way I look at Michael Bay. Do original stuff. Don't do stuff I know.
Yeah, like
you do great with your own.
Let me see The Rock.
Yeah, let me see Painting Game Part 2. Let me see.
but let me see The Rock. I don't want to see Transformers.
Yeah, I don't want to see Transformers. I don't want to see your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I want to see stuff that you came up with. Anytime you do stuff I already know, you disappoint me. So, Paul Feig.
What was the other one? 13 Hours was the other one he did, didn't he?
And that was based on true story. It was okay. It was okay.
Well, so was Painting Game. Painting Game was based on true story too.
So it's
okay.
But
find some true stories.
Michael's Bay's true story. Who knows how true it really was? Because there's always that whole behind the scene thing with Ben Affleck on
Argo?
No, the astronaut one. The Armageddon, where he was like, well, why don't we just train the astronauts how to do it? Shut up! Shut the F up is what he said, but that was a great commentary on the movie.
I freaking love it too, because Martin Scorsese, no, I'm sorry, I think Brian De Palma said the same thing because Shia was talking to, Oliver Stone. So Shia goes and he tells Oliver Stone some crap, and he says, I wrote Scarface, fuck off. And we're moving along. All right. So with The Nun doing really well at the box office, of course everybody is they cannot wait for more Conjuring universe. Okay, so Conjuring 3 will be filming pretty soon. Annabelle 3 is going to start production in this October.
Oh wow, that's right. The second one was a prequel, right?
Yes.
Right, okay.
So this one will be set back in the States, since I guess the second one or the prequel was Romania. Sure. It was set in Romania, something like that.
Was it?
I think so.
I spoke English.
Now here's the thing. Okay, this is going to be about how Annabelle when she gets to the Warren house and she's placed in the artifact room with all of the other possessed items.
Okay, so when it comes to, like, she's getting out the glass and doing stuff.
How her presence affects all the other artifacts that are in there.
That's interesting.
It's an interesting concept,
Yeah.
but there's something about it that just doesn't seem conjuring enough.
No, there's no demons. There's nothing like clapping outside of the chest and stuff like that.
Well, it's like Toy Story.
Annabelle's clapping out of you. Right?
Annabelle's Toy Story.
It's Toy Story 4. We're finally getting it. Thank you, James Wan. We're finally
James Wan's Toy Story. That's what this is. That's what it feels like. That's why I don't know how I feel about that premise.
I mean, when you first said it, I was good. You threw Toy Story in it, and I'm lost. I don't know what see this now.
It's like she's Buzz. She's Buzz Lightyear.
She has to pretend to be a doll when people are looking, and when they're not, to infinity and beyond.
Yeah, so I'm just curious to see how they're gonna do that. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga are not. They have not signed on yet to be Ed Warren and
you hear that?
Lauren Warren. What's her name? Lorraine Warren. There you go.
It's a truck backing up to their house with all the things like that. Here you go.
All right.
I'll see you.
Annabelle, let's go. Where you at?
I'll see you on set.
So so they have not reprisal roles yet. More than likely, if it's in the Warren house, they're gonna have to at least make a cameo. But then it's gonna turn like the freaking Muppet Babies or something, where every time Nanny comes in, when Nanny comes in and then I can imagine it. All right, this is too much.
We've gone way off topic now. All right, so the Warren.
But the Scarface thing and Michael Bay, that was good.
That was hilarious.
Either way, tell us what you think about Annabelle 3 and the new premise about it. I'm curious to see how they're going to make this happen.
For a minute.
All right. The screenings have been out. And the word pretty much is all the same. Halloween 2018 is absolutely phenomenal.
Really?
It is amazing.
Because that last trailer kind of made me not like. I saw like a TV spot for it or something like that, and I was kind of like, it's making me lose it now. Maybe because I've seen too much.
It's been overly positive. They had a midnight screening after the movie was over at about 2 a.m. Jamie Lee Curtis was there, and she actually did the Q&A at 2 a.m. and they just gave them and her just enormous amount of positive reviews.
Okay.
From the looks of it and everything that I've been reading and the spots as far as the trailers are concerned, it's pretty much a more like Halloween 2, but the brutality of the sequels is in this. Because you got to remember, in all honesty, Halloween 1 was not brutal at all. At all. So where he got his brutality from I guess from being locked 40 years, because this is a direct sequel.
Right.
So the hospital incidents did not happen. He is not burned. Nothing like that happened.
Did Season of the Witch happen?
That's a good freaking point. I don't know if Season of the Witch happened.
Reboot
Season of the Witch. Anyway, so
you don't hate Season of the Witch.
so it's been like it's been getting like a lot of praise. So I'm curious to see how that's going to be. But if it's a hit, which it will be a hit.
Oh, of course
it's going to be a hit. A sequel will be in the works. Blumhouse has already stated this.
And according to Manny, it will automatically suck because he hates Halloween remake sequels.
That's right. Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie is the worst freaking movie. I did not sleep for a week because I was so pissed off at that movie. That's legit. That's not a lie. Anyway, all right. So
he won't like the sequel. So don't greenlight a sequel.
The Rotten Tomatoes, as far as want to see, is at 98%. So it looks like they really do want this.
They picked the perfect time for this movie to come out, and it's enough time has gone on since the last one with Busta Rhymes and stuff like that. So
yeah, no Busta Rhymes, no LL, and it's Eminem this time.
Enough time has gone by, so I mean, it's time to bring it back, and bringing it back at Halloween is perfect time.
Okay, so you got these. You have this pretty much. Property from the 70s,
right?
Making it 40 years later. Mm-hmm. I'm crying right now inside that I'm in my 40s. But anyway, so you have this property in the 70s coming back. We got to see some Elm Street coming up pretty soon.
Oh,
We gotta see some. We gotta see. See why Michael works is because Michael's quiet. So I think Jason. That's why the Derek Mears version of Jason was good for me. Because he doesn't talk. Freddy's a personality. That's why I think Jackie Earle Haley suffered so much on that 2010 one.
You have to, because they were going to make that one darker.
Right.
You just got to bring back Robert Englund.
But his performance though, Freddy Krueger is a personality. Michael Myers is not.
You get Ryan Reynolds in the costume.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds as Freddy Krueger?
Look, he's already got the face. Look, he's did it in Deadpool. That's your test screen right
Anyway,
for Freddy Krueger. Deadpool. Just put some claws on his hand. It's Freddy Krueger.
So
and a hat and a striped shirt, and you're good.
Blumhouse.
Made by Blumhouse.
Whatever Blumhouse touches right now is gold. Right. Straight up.
Ryan Reynolds as Freddy Krueger in the Blumhouse production.
No. Now you got me thinking about it. Could he pull that off?
He could.
I don't think he could pull that off.
He's too tall.
Freddy.
He's too muscular.
All right. Anyway, so they're looking at Scream. And they're looking at I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Scream, yes, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
To bring back.
No. Because I Know What You Did Last Summer piggybacked the how well Scream had done. So I mean, I don't think it's stands.
Well, I think the same writer did that, didn't it?
Who knows? Hey, so it wouldn't have been able to come out on its own. Scream is what made I Know What You Did Last Summer.
That's true.
Yeah. If it didn't come out before, that movie would have bombed. It's only did well because Scream did well. So Scream, yes, can be redone, even though I know they did that whole TV show, which I wasn't really behind. But I think you bring it back theatrical and you kind of deal with all the what's what I'm looking for? Were like the cliches from current horror films. And do it that way. Kind of like how we want to see Spaceballs come back because we want to deal with the new Star Wars films. And it's like you deal with the new crop of horror films that are nowadays and deal with the rules for those.
But the rules for this generation's horror is more from a religious supernatural standpoint and not I mean the slasher, I mean unless Halloween brings it back.
Okay, it's like they couldn't really do slashers. Maybe they just do something. They do more paranormal. Maybe.
The ghosts from the...
They'll do paranormal.
Oh, come on.
Paranormal.
I mean, I know it's Ghostface, but come on.
Yeah, exactly. Ghostface. I didn't even think about that.
If they do justice to John Carpenter's Halloween, I think Wes Craven would be the next horror icon director that they should attempt to do something with. But you know what? Those indie type of directors like Dario Argento, Lucio Fulci, those guys, I think if they remade
Dario Argento.
Damn it, Demons! I don't care. Remake Demons, damn it. Give me Demons by Blumhouse. Okay. It would be a freaking hit. But anyway, because there's a lot of, from what I understand, there's a lot of nods to the nostalgia for Halloween. Right. So doing that for Craven, yeah, why not? I'll take it. Another horror iconic director, Clive Barker, wrote a lot of great stories. Hellraiser, Nightbreed, and Candyman. And Candyman rights are available, and they may be back with Clive Barker. Jordan Peele, who is hot off of Get Out,
Candyman 5
is in talks to produce and possibly direct a remake or reboot to Candyman. What do you think?
I would be interested in that.
I would be interested too.
I would be interested in that because I think he would play more of the slave element, and somehow like we would get, because they mentioned it in the original one. It was just kind of like his backstory,
right?
But it wasn't really a big focus, and I could see how that could be more of a focus as far as
especially in these times.
Yeah, and I would be really interested in that.
Given the content of Get Out, the messages and all of that stuff that he put in there, I think Candyman's a perfect property for Jordan Peele.
Yeah. I would. Hey, please.
Now, Bernard Rose directed the original Candyman, and if Peele produces only and gives Rose back the property to direct a direct follow-up to part one, because he's always wanted to bring Virginia Madsen back as Helen, so I'm curious to see how that would work. Right. But I would actually like to see just a different mythology to Candyman.
I want to see a reboot.
And have Jordan Peele do it. Yeah, that I would rather have that. I agree with you.
It's like it's fun. It's one thing to be a director because the movie gets kind of like some clout by basically saying like, hey, you're involved in it, but a lot of times producers aren't really involved in it. They're like, hey, use my name, hey, I can help you get some financial backing, but I don't have to be here day to day to make sure that, hey, like, you know, looked at the dailies of like all the shooting for today. I didn't go back and help you edit it. I just basically was like, Oh, it looks good. And then walked away. That's it. So I want you to be day-to-day involved. I want you to be part of the script writing. I want you to be part of the, editing. I want you to have impact in this film, which is why I want Jordan Peele to be a part of it. Not to say that what he did in the original Candyman films wasn't good, but I want to see a new take.
But you're looking at that also what he had to work with as far as in the 90s, and now Peele would have
lower budget.
Peele would have a lot more
special effects weren't really
to do
great,
to play with now.
Yeah.
But you look at the budget to Get Out, and it going over $100 million, plus Oscar nominated for David Kaluuya.
Right.
I think that he could really, depending on who gets cast as Candyman, because you can't have Tony Todd again.
Why can't you?
I don't think it'd be a good idea to have Tony Todd.
I mean, but it basically ties all the movies together. It'd become a sequel, not a reboot, but
a requel.
It'd be a requel.
Yeah. You know what?
You heard it here first. Requel.
Screw it. Let's do it. Tony Todd back for Candyman. Anyway, so let us know what you think about Jordan Peele.
When Ryan Reynolds can be recast as Deadpool again.
And Freddy Krueger. Right, yeah. All right, let's get away from the horror for a little while.
Hashtag Ryan Reynolds for free.
And let's talk some Mattel Universe. What do you think about this? All right, so Barbie.
We did the Hasbro Universe.
Yeah, so Barbie and He-Man rights expire at Sony. And once they expire, Mattel wants to create their own film division to have some of those properties be featured in a motion picture.
Barbie.
So they brought producer Robbie Brenner to oversee Mattel Films. Now Brenner is he's responsible for Dallas Buyers Club, stuff like that. So they want him to oversee Mattel Films. Barbie.
Is these going to be animated films?
No, as of right now, Barbie is delayed until 2020.
They're going to make a Barbie film?
Yes, and they're going to work. On Masters of the Universe. My concern for this right now, in all honesty, is I don't really believe that they have anything as far as their properties, with the exception of Masters of the Universe, that can really, sell as far as a story.
We already saw the Barbie film. It was called The House Bunny. That's what it was. I mean, that was Barbie. That's exactly what it was. We saw the Barbie film already.
But look how bad.
Or Legally Blonde. But seen the Barbie movie.
Look how bad. Okay, well, I'll get that in a minute. All right, Hasbro has been making a crap load of money with Transformers, $4.4 billion, and then
everybody wants to get in on
and G.I. Joe.
Right.
Now you have those kind of properties that can actually, constitute something that you can build around as far as a story and all that stuff.
And plus, Barbie already sells toys. If you make a movie behind it, you could sell even more toys.
Well, true, but what would be the premise of Barbie? I mean, what?
Dude, did you not watch Barbie? Look, Barbie has an outfit for every occasion and every scenario. Barbie goes to the beach, Barbie's dream house, Barbie's Corvette,
Okay, so Hasbro attempted to do this kind of thing.
It'd be Peppermint Part 2 featuring Barbie.
You killed Ken. You killed Ken, bitch. I'm gonna come back. Hasbro attempted to bring this type of property out when they did Gem, and it failed miserably.
Because when they cast for Gem and the whole thought process.
Right.
So look, I'm a boy and I watched Gem, and they ruined a lot of the things, like the holograms and the whole
the Misfits.
Yeah,
Michael Bay directed. No, I'm just playing.
They ruined a lot of stuff of everything they set up in the cartoon for Gem. If they stay, what's to stay true to Barbie? Barbie does everything. If you just make the International Woman of Mystery Barbie, you could freaking do this. Barbie switches. No, you could. I got it.
All right, let's hear it.
No, I got it. It was basically you make Barbie she's this International Woman of Mystery. That way you could keep okay, she's Ninja Barbie. She's business Barbie. She's at the beach Barbie. She's hanging out with the
stripper pole Barbie.
She's hanging out with Kit's sister.
Right now, in all honesty, the only one that I think that they can actually do something with is Masters of the Universe.
And Barbie.
No, I don't think they do. But if you agree, okay, fine. I'll let you say it. But the other property they have is Hot Wheels. Now, if they go the Fast and the Furious route with Hot Wheels...
We've seen Hot Wheels in Fast and Furious.
I know, but I'm just saying that is one of their properties that they are thinking about doing. Even if they do go that route, it is going to be like Fast, or it's going to be like Need for Speed.
It's going to be Need for Speed.
I just don't think that it's a good enough property to freaking build something around.
Could not overtake what Fast and the Furious had done, and that's why Need for Speed failed.
Yeah.
And if they do Hot Wheels, it's going to fail because it can't surpass Fast and Furious. They have to wait for Fast and Furious to be done.
So we'll see. We'll see how that whole Mattel universe goes. I don't think it's going to do anything, but you never know.
I want to see which.
Did you already hit record?
Yeah, but hold on, I'm making noise.
Stop making noise.
You know what? Why don't you stop using your face?
Whoa. Oh.
Be nice.
You cut me so
Alright,
deep.
ready?
You cut me so deep.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, action.
Hi guys, well, Rich.